Alright, so this is the moment with Vanguard Fight Club. We are bringing you a OTT Magus deck video. We start off with our Star Lodges Magus, the image rare with Misaki Tokura on it. So get into it.
Excuse me, why is there no white hair girl and black hair dude?
What? What are you talking about?
Why is not Misaki? They're protect markers.
Because I don't have any yet.
God.
So we'll work on that. That's the next thing.
What does that mean, white haired girl and black haired girl?
I said black hair dude.
Tetsu, not Misaki. Alright, so my deck list was taken from a deck that came in second in the PPG. I tweaked the grade 3 lineup that she had when with her deck list, and I changed a few of the ones and twos to suit what I wanted. But I was testing it today for in our tournament to see if I wanted to play this maybe at a regionals coming up here in a couple months. So let's get into it. We start off with 4 Pentagonal Magus. She's the VR, so act or continuous during my turn. When I drive check, all my trigger units get plus 5,000 to their power. So it turns your triggers from a 10 to a 15, which can help hit better numbers. Her auto is when it attacks Soul Blast, 1 grade 3, discard 5. I get plus 3 added to my drive check, and then I discard a card for each Magus rear guard in my front row. So usually, if in a perfect world, you only discard 3. Next, we play 3 Hexagonal Magus. When placed on Vanguard, counterblast 1. Look at the top 2 cards, rearrange them in any order, and then draw a card. So if you are looking for a certain card, it helps you get it, or you can see what you're going to drive check. On Vanguard or rear guard, when you reveal a trigger unit, she gets plus 5. So when you quad drive, if you hit a lot of triggers, then she boosts up on the rear guard, which will give you a massive column.
I'm trying to fix it.
And then the alternate grade 3 we play in this deck, which I see a lot of decks playing, is Imperial Daughter. When you ride her, counterblast 1, look at top 2, add 1 to hand and 1 to soul, or put it on top of your deck. If you roll on a grade 3, she gets plus 15. And her first plus 15 and a crit, and her other skill is Soul Blast 1, and one of my units gets plus 6,000. So the way you want to do is, because you go back and forth with the Pentagonal and the Imperial Daughter, just getting the plus 15 and a crit, and then Penta drive checking. So we're going to go on to grade 2. Today, this one kind of was my MVP in a few matchups, and that is Stellar Magus. When boosted, it gets plus 2,000. And when it hits your opponent's Vanguard, you can take any card from your hand and put it on top of the deck. When I was playing against somebody today, they kept letting it hit, and I kept recycling a crit trigger every turn I would attack with this. They'd let it hit, put a crit on top, and then drop check it on the Vanguard attack. So it's a really good card. Next is 4 Rhombus Maguses. When it attacks the Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Magus in its card name, it's plus 5, and if your Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater, your opponent can't intercept. So this card just helps. It gets powered up, so when on the Penta turn, it gets 5, and then it keeps your opponent from intercepting if they have like Excel. If you're playing Excel plan, when they get rear guards on their Excel servers, they can't intercept and stop your attack. Next is 4 Rectangle Magus. She's basically a version of the grade 3, except she's only on rear guard. So when you place her on rear guard, counterblast 1, soul blast 1, check top 2, rearrange them in any order, and then draw a card. And if you reveal a trigger on your drive check, it gets plus 5. Again, just getting to mess with your deck to get the outcome you want. Next are the 2 ups for grade 1s. We play 2 Oracle Guardian Gemini. If you have 3 damage or more, you can move it to soul to countercharge. Just with a lot of our cards, we countercharge a lot and use soul a lot, so this kind of helps us keep that stable. Next are 2 Rippus Magus. If your Vanguard has Magus in this card, and when it boosts, the boosted unit gets plus 5. So a 13k booster helps hit big numbers, especially on the Pentagonal turn. Next are 4 Kuar Magus. When placed on Vanguard or rear guard, look at top 2, rearrange in any order. So on your first turn, if you ride on top of Lozenge, you can alter the top 2 and then draw the card so you'll know what you're getting. Next we play 4 Tetra Magus. So counterblast 1. If your Vanguard's grade 3, you draw a card. and you can put a crit trigger on top of your deck. Hand advantage, setting up for the turn for that guaranteed at least one crit out of your drive checks. And now we're on the triggers, which are the basic. We play 4 heal trigger, 8 crit, and 4 draws. We have 1 hollow crit from the trial decks. So my matchups today, I played against Murakumo. I won game 1. He won game, then they won game 2, and then on game 3, they, I made it 1 to pass, and they double triggered me out of the game. Nothing much I could do about that. Game 2 was against Murakami. I penta drove check twice, and both once each game, and I won on the turns. And then my last round, I played against a mirror match, or sort of mirror match of OTT, and I got game 1 and game 2. He made it. I made it 2 to pass, and he passed. He had 2 triggers. So overall, the deck is pretty consistent right now. I will keep testing. I don't know if I want to take it to the regionals or not, but hopefully I'll find out what I would like to take here in the next month, in a month and a half. And there's a video with the Mamba, Vanguard Fight Club, signing off.